אחר הצהריים טובים, אורחים נכבדים. Good afternoon, dear guests. גברת גבריאלה דוד, מר אריאל דוד, חתני פרס דן דוד לשנת 2013, גבירותיי ורבותיי, לאור העובדה שחתני פרס דן דוד אינם שולטים בשפה העברית, הטקס ינוהל ברובו בשפה האנגלית. Mrs. Gabriela David, Mr. Ariel David, laureates of the 2013 Dan David Prize, ladies and gentlemen. This ceremony consists of two parts: the awarding of prizes for the best essays on the theme of Name Your Hero written by high school students, and the awarding of the scholarships for young researchers. Dan's vision of fostering the next generation of leaders was very close to his heart. He took great pleasure in encouraging young doctoral and postdoctoral students to attain great achievements in their respective field. This concern for the future expanded to inviting high school youth to participate in the Name Your Hero essay competition, which was inaugurated 10 years ago. Continuing his vision would have made him very proud. We will now begin with the Name Your Hero Youth Competition award ceremony. I would like to invite Mrs. Gabriela David, Dr. Rama Manor, Director of the Hebrew Language Studies Ministry of Education, and Dr. Aviv Segal, Academic Coordinator of the Dov Lautman Unit for Science-Oriented Youth at Tel Aviv University, to take their places at the head table. Okay. גברת גבריאלה דוד, מר אריאל דוד, דוקטור רמה מנור, מנהלת להוראת העברית במשרד החינוך, פרופסור דינה תירוש, יושבת ראש הוועדה האקדמית של היחידה לנוער שוחר מדע על שם דוב לאוטמן, גברת שירה שופטי, מנהלת היחידה לנוער שוחר מדע על שם דוב דאפטמן, דוקטור אביב סגל, רכזת אקדמית, תלמידים יקרים. אני מתכבדת לפתוח בזאת את טקס הענקת הפרסים לתלמידים שזכו בתחרות Name Your Hero לשנת 2013. This program is a joint venture of the Dan David Prize, the Dov Lautman Unit for Science-Oriented Youth at Tel Aviv University, and the Ministry of Education of the State of Israel. The students are invited to submit an essay presenting their ideas for candidates, their heroes, for the Dan David Prize. Out of the 1,200 essays received from students in the 9th to 12th grades, 90 students who presented the most creative and innovative ideas were invited to attend a one-day workshop at the university. A review committee selected 22 prize winners with the most outstanding essays. The ideas conveyed in the winning essays are presented to the Dan David Prize board members for their consideration. First prize is 10,000 shekels each, second prize is 5,000 shekels each, and third prize is 2,500 shekels each. The school that excelled in promoting the competition and encouraging participation in it is awarded 20,000 shekels. This sum is earmarked for specifically approved educational programs. Dr. Rama Manor, Director of the Hebrew Language Studies Ministry of Education, will now address the audience. Please.
Good evening and congratulations. I want to say some words in Hebrew. ערב טוב משפחת דוד, גברת גבריאלה דוד, מר אריאל דוד וזוכי פרס דן 2013. ערב טוב לקהל הנכבד, לתלמידים היקרים, למורים ובני המשפחה הנרגשים. אני כנציגת משרד החינוך, מנהלת ומפקחת תחום דעת עברית, שמחה להיות כאן הערב בטקס חלוקת הפרסים לזוכים במסגרת תחרות חיבורים המיועדת לתלמידי התיכון. באחד המכתבים למערכת שפורסמו באחד העיתונים המכובדים של ארצות הברית, טען הכותב שרק גאון כמו ארכימדס יכול היה לגלות את חוקי הציפה מתוך התנסות בחוויות הרחיצה באמבט, בעוד שמאות אלפי ילדים ששיחקו בברווזי גומי באמבטיה לא גילו ולא יגלו אותו. כנגדו טען אחר, כי כולנו הרי יודעים את חוק הציפה מניסיוננו האישי, ואילו כל מה שארכימדס עשה היה לסכם זאת במילים. לאמיתו של דבר ארכימדס ניסח את החוק בכתב. כל כוחו של חוק הציפה היה בעובדה שהוא מנוסח בכתב. ניסוחו המפורש, הכתוב, הוא המאפשר לא רק את שמירתו בזיכרון, לא רק את העברתו מאנשי המקצוע אל עמיתיהם ואל ההדיוטות, אלא גם את עצם השימוש המעשי בו. בזאת חוק ארכימדס איננו יוצא מן הכלל במדע. כל חוקי הפיזיקה למשל הם כאלה. כל חוק בפיזיקה מנוסח בעזרת משוואה מתמטית, מאפשר הסקת מסקנות שונות באמצעות פעולות של עיבוד נתונים. סודה של הכתיבה מתגלה בתהליכי הכתיבה והקריאה, שבאמצעותם האדם מתמודד עם בניית גשר בין חוויותיו הסובייקטיביות לבין הטקסט האובייקטיבי, הנכתב או הנקרא. סודה של הכתיבה מתמצא בחוויה המיוחדת ורבת הממדים של המפגשים רבי השלבים שבין הטקסטים, ההתנסויות והפעולה האנושית. ככל שנכיר בעוצמה החבויה בתהליך הכתיבה, כך נצטרך להכיר בעובדה שחוויית הכתיבה אינה ניתנת למיצוי מלא. באמצעות ניסוחים מילוליים, אין לה כללים שלמים, אך היא בכל זאת ידועה והיא עוברת מדור אל דור בידי בני האדם שהתמחו במלאכה הזו, המורים. מתוך סודה של הכתיבה גבעון 1998. כתיבה נרכשת, תלמידים יקרים, בראש ובראשונה באמצעות קריאה, כתיבה וביקורות מרובות. אנשים שמצליחים בסיפור ובכתיבה אינם דווקא אנשים שנולדו עם כישרון כתיבה מובחן. הם אנשים שתרגלו וצעדו בשבילי הכתיבה, התמידו בכך יותר זמן והשקיעו בכך יותר מאמץ מאחרים. הכתיבה לעתים היא מלאכה קשה. הכותב נאבק עם כל מילה, עליו לדעת את כמות המילים הנכונות בסדר הנכון, עליו להיות דבק במשמעת כתיבה גם בימים שבהם הכתיבה לא באה מעצמה. הכתיבה היא אומנות חווייתית, היא תמונה במילים, וככל שנוכל להעלות בזיכרוננו יותר מחוויות העבר שלנו ובצורה מוחשית יותר, כך תהיה הכתיבה שלנו עשירה וחווייתית יותר. הרלן אליסון אמר פעם שכל אחד יכול להפוך לסופר, מה שמסובך הוא להישאר סופר. כתיבה משובחת היא היכולת שלכם לתאר במילים כל מה שחפצים, רגש, מראה, תחושה, ולגרום לקורא לחוות אותם באופן שבו אנחנו חווים אותם. אף כתיבת טיעון היא מלאכה מורכבת הדורשת ידע עולם, הבנה, תובנה ותבונה, ובאלה תלמידים יקרים ניחנתם. יש לכם, מסתבר, יכולות מופלאות. תודה רבה.
Thank you, Dr. Manor. I would like to invite Dr. Aviv Segal, Academic Coordinator of the Dov Lautman Unit for Science-Oriented Youth, who is active in the Name Your Hero competition, to address the audience.
Welcome, honorable guests, to the award ceremony of the youth essay competition called Name Your Hero. We are honored by the presence of Professor Aaron Shai, Rector, Tel Aviv University, Professor Dina Tirosh, Konstantiner School of Education, Tel Aviv University, the 2013 Dan David Prize laureates, Mrs. Gabi David and Mr. Ariel David, Dr. Rama Manor, Head of Hebrew Education of the Ministry of Education, members of Tel Aviv University Board of Governors, scholarship recipients, as well as members of the Ashdod municipality, Yehuda Frenkel, Commissioner of Education, Li Magen, High School Coordinator, from Chadaham School of Petah Tikva, Dalia Ben Asa, highly gifted student coordinator, from the Kfar HaYarok, Daphna Manor, 9th grade coordinator, principals, teachers, and parents. And of course, welcome to all the high school students of the Dov Lautman Unit for Science-Oriented Youth who are here today to receive a prize for writing an original essay in the Dan David Youth Competition, Name Your Hero. Dear guests, every year is an exciting competition, and every year we're fascinated by the topics and quality of the essays we receive. Students from all over Israel and from all sectors of the Israeli society, Jews, Arabs, Bedouin, Druze, secular, religious, immigrants, and more, take part in this competition. In the Name of Your Hero essay competition, the students, ages 14 to 18, write about their heroes, about their role models. Who are those models, role models? Who are those heroes? It turns out that they are from all over the scope. Students write about social issues and organizations, or about individuals that influence them through scientific research, art, and personal experience. Through their essays, the students share their hope for a better world, their dreams, and sometimes their difficulties. And that is why it is always interesting to read their essays, and many times it's quite moving. I would like to share with you what were the 2013 winning essays about. There were essays about organizations like Free the Children, an international charity striving for a world where all young people are free to achieve their fullest potential as agents of change. Craig Kailberger, the founder, could not come, but corresponded with Alon Berkman, who wrote this essay. Friends Forever, an organization that strives for peace, or Jordan River Village, a resort for sick children that provides these kids with fun and supporting environment. And Hagar, a Jewish Arab education for equality organization. I would like to take this opportunity and acknowledge the presence of Afnan Abu Taha, chairwoman of the organization, and Dvorka Orag, member of the executive committee of Hagar organization. They're supposed to be here, so thank you for coming. There were also essays about role models for social change and peace, like Sheikh Ghassan Manasra, a spiritual leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, the Soviet Union leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, Burma's pro-democratic leader, and Daphne Leaf, initiator of the tent protests on Rothschild Ave in the summer of 2011, and leader of the middle-class social protest on the cost of living, among other issues. I believe she is here. She's supposed to come. Is she here? She's on her way, I know, so she's late. Okay. We also received essays about individuals that are role models for our students because of their personal courage, endurance, hard work, and honesty, like Pascal Berkowitz as a role model for the victory of the human spirit, Marina Naamat for her courageous story of fighting for freedom, and Hank and John Green, the awesomeness of being a nerd. A nerd, yeah, awesome, yeah. We had essays about role models in science. Professor Hussam Hayek on his research on the electronic nose. Ahmed Zawel on the research of femtochemistry. Rita Levi Montalcini, an Italian neurologist. Michio Kaku, a theoretical physicist. Mario Livio, a mathematician. Rosalind Franklin, a female researcher for her contribution to DNA research. And Ramesh Raskar, who created new forms of computational photography. The last group of essays were on artists. Yona Volach, a revered Israeli poet, Hans Zimmer, the composer, and on Martha Graham and the Batsheva Dance Company, which coincidentally performed yesterday in the Dan David Prize Award ceremony. These essays are a true testimony for the depth of these students and for their courage to write about personal and social issues as well as scientific and sometimes controversial issues. These youngsters prove to us that they are seeking values, equality, and leadership, and that they understand that with effort and hard work, one can overcome obstacles. We were moved by all these essays, as well as others that did not receive a prize, like essays about our president, Mr. Shimon Peres, or about Mr. Lautman, and on the Unit for Science-Oriented Youth. So to conclude, the Dov Lautman Unit for Science-Oriented Youth is proud to be part of this endeavor and grateful to Mr. Dan David, Zichro Livracha, and his family for the opportunity to be part of the Dan David Prize. We believe that these youngsters add significantly to the spirit of the Dan David Prize, and for them, the participation in this competition is educational and significant. We thank all the participants, their teachers, and our collaborators, and to Smadar Fischer, director of the Dan David Prize. And last but not least, congratulations to all the winners. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Aviv. כאמור זכו בתחרות זו 22 חיבורים. מחברי חיבורים אלה וכן גברת דפנה מנור מבית הספר הכפר הירוק יוזמנו עתה לקבל את התעודה והפרס. Before commencing with these prizes, Mrs. David would like to say a few words. נכון?
Why a few?
Some. בבקשה.
If Dan, my husband, would have been here, first thing he would have put on the t-shirt that you all have in your bags. If you will do that, I will be happy. אני רוצה לדעת כמה מכם מבינים אנגלית ולא מבינים, כמה קשה לכם להבין את השפה האנגלית, תרימו ידיים. זה לא בית ספר, אבל תיתנו לי את התחושה מי מבין ולא מבין. את לא מבינה אנגלית בכלל. את מצטערת. I will switch into English. There are only two who do not understand English. I welcome you, very brilliant people, very, very special people in their field who won last night the prize of Dan David. And I greet you, young people that are who wrote those essays and give us material to think for the next years. I hope you did your best. I hope you gave us interesting material, brilliant material, and most of all, I wish you a lot of luck in your future, in what you're going to do. Today, you're winning one thing. Next year, maybe another thing. Maybe in a few years, the Dan David Prize. So, as they say, I cross fingers for you. I wish you luck and continue in your best way. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriela. Mrs. Gabriela David and Dr. Rama Manor will now award the prizes. And now for the winners. I will call the names of each winner and their schools. First prize, אלון ברקמן, כפר הירוק רמת השרון. עופר אריאן, כפר הירוק, רמת השרון.
עופר, בהצלחה.
יארה עומרי, טרה סנטה, נצרת. Second prize, פרס שני, יונתן גדות, כפר הירוק. אלה לוטן, הכפר הירוק. עומר פולק, מקיף זין, הקריה אשדוד. איה ובמן, כפר הירוק. אני ראיתי שניים. תמר קשת, תיכון דנסיים, הרצליה. נועם ברונפמן, מקיף זין, הקריה אשדוד. פרס שלישי, third prize, לין עבד אל-רהים ג'באלי, חטיבת ביניים אל סלאם טייבה. אמרתי בסדר? שחר שילר, הקמפוס התיכוני אחד העם, פתח תקווה. אורן אמינוב, הקמפוס התיכוני אחד העם, פתח תקווה. אוקיי, תודה רבה. דניאל אופנר, מרכז חינוך לאובק, חיפה.
מר אופנר.
כתוב לי. אני חושבת, כן. טיימה אמר, תיכון עירוני מקיף א', באר שבע. מרום וולף, תיכון הרטמן, ירושלים. היא אומרת שכולם הגיעו. קלרית ספיר, תיכון מקיף ד', אשדוד. היא לא הגיעה? אוקיי, סורי, בסדר. היא עוד לא הגיעה. אוקיי. תומר ליב, הקמפוס התיכוני אחד העם, פתח תקווה. דניאל מרדכי, מרכז חינוך לאובק חיפה. נועם פינטו, מרכז חינוך לאובק חיפה.
כתוב פה נועם, זה שם של בת?
כן, ועוד איך.
חשבתי זה ילד.
לא, היום נועם זה גם בא. איתי כספי, הכפר הירוק, רמת השרון.
מה, הוא, מי זה, איתי? ברכותיי. ברכותיי.
דפני גי? מי? רגע, אני אקרא. מי זאת? דפני ליב, אוקיי. היא ישנה? דפני ליב? Are you here? Okay, maybe you'll have a joint picture with the student who wrote about you. בשנה שעברה. היום היא קראה.
את רואה את הבורות שלי.
אין דבר זה הרבה פעם.
איזה תנועת מחאה? נגד מה?
נגד כל האי-שוויון והמעמד הביניים וכל... הם יש... חודשיים בשדרות רוטשילד.
בשדרות רוטשילד? אני לא הייתי כאן, לא הייתי בארץ.
זה היה סיפור. אוקיי. And now a joint prize, פרס משותף, ליובל ריצקר מתיכון מקיף ט' אשדוד ולאיתי מלאך, תיכון הרטמן ירושלים. יובל ואיתי. זאת יובל.
אז קחי. תודה. ואתה איתי? ברכותיי.
כן. The winning school is הכפר הירוק רמת השרון. בית הספר הזה גברת דפנה מנור. אוקיי. כן, אבל היא עוד לא הגיעה. So, thank you very much, Mrs. David, Dr. Manon, Dr. Segal. May I ask you to kindly return to your seat at the audience? Thank you. We will open the second part of the ceremony with two Israeli songs performed by the brass quintet of the Buchman Meta School of Music from Tel Aviv University. I have the pleasure of inviting to the stage Director of Tel Aviv University, Professor Aaron Shai, and the 2013 Dan David Prize laureate, Professor Jeffrey Lloyd, Professor Michel Serre, Mr. Leon Wieseltier, Professor Esther Duflo, and Professor Alfred Sommer. So please join us. Yes, of course. Okay.
בסדר הכל.
אני מקווה. אתה תגיד לי. First, let me thank the laureates of the 2013 Dan David Prize for joining us in this scholarship award ceremony for young researchers. You, the laureates, donate 10% of your prize to support young researchers from all over the world in their doctoral or postdoctoral training. I now call Professor Aaron Shai to deliver his address.
Thank you very much, Smadar, and we have to thank you for your fantastic work. She has really done wonderfully, I think, right? נכון? Okay. Yes. Right, and dear Gabriela, my good friend, and Gabi, and Ariel, dear friends of the university, and all in our activities, they attend, participate, and contribute to the good spirit of whatever we have here at the university, and honorable laureates of Dan David Prize, students, faculty, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really delighted to be here. Last night, we attended a most significant Dan David ceremony, and each year, Gabi tells me, they say it was the best. So I think this should be really the trend, right? Otherwise, we are on the wrong track. And people who attended the ceremony were simply astounded and amazed, as it was not only a perfect event, so well done professionally and professionally produced, but of course the jewel in the crown were our 5 distinguished laureates representing 3 dimensions: the past time, the present, and the future dimension, the future time dimension. And they represent excellence and, of course, contribution to the whole, I would say, human race. And indeed, I think that the uniqueness of Dan David, and this is the second time, unfortunately, that we go ahead with the ceremony, with the main ceremony at Small Arch Auditorium and here, without our beloved friend, the late Dan David. But I would say that Dan David, his memory and his great contribution in every aspect, and yesterday we learned how volatile and well informed he was in so many fields. His memory will rest with us for many, many years to come, not only because of the building or the prizes, but we know the man and he will be with us forever. And yes, please. Whenever one hears of his story, his biography, and the really unique and difficult path that he went throughout his life, one is really amazed and very much surprised and astonished, I must say. The uniqueness of the prize, not on top of the great scholars we have with us this year, we had years in the past, and we shall have in the future. On top of that is the uniqueness is, of course, the amount that is spent in order to encourage young researchers, and this gives, in fact, sort of a push to our excellence and research in the university. And indeed, in this university, we underline excellence as far as research is concerned, and we consider ourselves to be not only the most centralmost university in this country, but really the best, at least as far as some main departments and faculties are concerned. And the other thing we emphasize very much are of course, the courses, teaching. We put a great stress on that, and we are trying to be as best as we can. And the last thing is, of course, contribution to the community within which we live, and I think that this very prize and this gathering is a good example of that. So I'm very pleased to welcome you all to this hall and to our university, and I would like us to meet again next year. And again, I would like to thank our laureates, the organizers, and of course, the dear family, Dan David family. And we shall continue in this path. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Shai. Before we invite the scholarship recipients to receive their certificates, let me tell you briefly about the procedure according to which the scholarship recipients are selected. An academic committee was appointed by the rector of Tel Aviv University. The committee was headed by the vice rector, Professor Dina Prialnik, and was composed of Professor Isaac Witz, the scientific advisor of Dan David Prize, and senior faculty members who are experts in the specific fields of the Dan David Prize for the given year. Scholastic excellence is always the major criterion for selection. Scholars are awarded to young researchers from Tel Aviv University and from other universities in Israel and abroad. This year we receive around 100 applications. The committee members work extremely hard to select the most worthy candidates. We will now begin with the awarding of scholarships. It has become a tradition that the Dan David Prize laureates award the scholarships in their respective fields. I will first call Professor Lloyd to award the scholarship to the young researcher for the pastime dimension in the field of classics, the modern legacy of ancient world. The scholarship recipients are Rachel Hassan, Department of Classics, Greece and Rome from Tel Aviv University. בבקשה. Eglon Heymans, Department of Archaeology and Near Eastern Cultures, Tel Aviv University. Oh, never mind. It's okay. Yoav Kenny, Department of Philosophy, the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Yoav Meirav, Department of Philosophy, Tel Aviv University. Thank you, Professor Lloyd. Scholarship in this category have also been awarded to Tai Yum Kyum, Department of Government, Harvard University, USA; Johannes Witzke, Department of Classics, Stanford University from USA. We now proceed to award the scholarship for the present time dimension in the field of ideas, public intellectuals, and contemporary philosophers. I would like to ask Professor Ser and Mr. Wieseltier to please award the scholarship. Professor Ser will award the scholarship to Karma Ben Yochanan, School of History, Tel Aviv University. Oh, she came from the other side. Okay. Here we go. Rachel Kanz-Feder, School of History, Tel Aviv University. Thank you, Professor Ser. Mr. Wieseltier will award the scholarship to Boaz Miller, Edmond Safra Center for Ethics, Tel Aviv University. Tomer Shadmi, the Buchman Faculty of Law, Tel Aviv University. Thank you, Mr. Wieseltier. Scholarships in this category have also been awarded to Katerina Forster, Department of History and Policy, University of Cambridge, UK; Liav Orgad, School of Law, Hebrew University; and Natasha Whitley, Department of History, Columbia University, USA. I now request Professor Duflo and Professor Sommer to please award the scholarship to the young researcher for the future time dimension in the field of preventive medicine. Professor Duflo will award the scholarship to Dvora Frankenthal, Department of Public Health, Lviv University; Dana Gurevich, Department of Pathology, Tel Aviv University. Thank you, Professor Duflo. Professor Sommer will award a scholarship to Oren Rothman, Department of Biomedical Engineering, Tel Aviv University. Uri Ben David, Department of Genetics, the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Thank you, Professor Sommer. Scholarship in this category have also been awarded to Jane Chang, Department of Nursing and Health System, University of Washington School of Nursing, USA; Humphrey Mazigo, Department of Disease Control and Environmental Health, Makerere University, Uganda; and Amy Summers, Department of International Health, Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, USA. I now wish to kindly request Mr. Elon Heymans to address the audience on behalf of all the scholarship recipients. Elon?
Ochim, Yekarim, dear guests. I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak on behalf of the 20 recipients of the Dan David Scholarship and to say a few words on this podium as a sign of our appreciation and thankfulness. First of all, I want to thank Mrs. Gabriela David, Mr. Ariel David, and the other members of the board, Director Professor Aaron Shai, and the faculty members of Tel Aviv University. Last but certainly not least, I want to thank this year's laureates, whose donation, but more so, whose work and example stand at the basis of our own ability to pursue our different research projects. That we are privileged to have you as an example is something I feel in particular, being a student of the 2005 prize laureate, Professor of Archaeology Israel Finkelstein. The uniqueness of the Dan David Prize lies in the diversity of contributions it seeks out and promotes from year to year and from dimension to dimension. This year's scholarships are awarded to 20 PhD and postdoctoral students that work in different fields and deal with topics ranging from Roman law to stem cells and from political myth to the epistemology of the internet, each aspiring to make a contribution beyond the borders of their own field. Although I represent them all here, I can only speak more in depth for myself. My research focuses on the early development of money in the period between 1200 and 600 before the Common Era. The start of money has often been described with reference to coinage. Now, coins, an invention made on the edge of the Greek world in ancient Lydia during the end of the 7th century BCE, is certainly a type of money. But money is not necessarily always coinage. Although it might seem surprising to you, we know very little about money before coinage, what it looked like or how it was used. We don't really understand how its spread affected society, or the other way around, how changing society prompted the spread of money. In order to deal with these questions, I study both the southern Levant, the area we're in now, where money in the form of scrap silver appears to have been somewhat common, and the Greek world, where this idea would spread rapidly in order to become, in due time, one of the dominant characteristics of Western culture. Money is surely an aspect of our ancient heritage that has a far-reaching influence on our present world. But I don't think the study of this heritage should provide us with straightforward lessons. A search for those is bound to lead to a distortion of history. Rather, I think that studying the past enables us to question the present, because to me, questioning is the opposite of taking for granted. I can say that for me personally, it is an honor that I should receive my scholarship out of the hands of this year's laureate in the past I mentioned, Sir Geoffrey Lloyd, whose scholarship has been a clear example in crossing cultural borders, as well as studying topics and problems in the ancient world that most people in today's society would not think of as ancient in the first place. I'm certain that the other recipients either share or have similar feelings of appreciation towards all laureates. We thank you all dearly.
Thank you very much, Elon. I'd like to thank again the 2013 Dan David Prize laureates and wish the scholarship recipients much success in their research endeavors. This concludes this evening's ceremony. Thank you very much all for coming. Thank you.